One that Avril with his showers sota, the drought of March had pierced to the rota, then long in folk to go on pilgrimages, of England to Canterbury they wend. Befell that in that season on a day, in Southwark at the tabard as I lay, in fellowship and pilgrimies were they alla, that toward Canterbury wouldn't reader. A kneat there was, and that a worthy man, that from the team that he first began to read'n out, he loved chivalria, truth and honour, freedom and courtesia. With him there was his son, a young squire, a lover, and a lusty bachelor. Singing he was, or floiting all the day, he was as fresh as is the month of May. A yeoman had he, and servants no more, and he was clad in coat and hood of grine. A forester he was, soothly, as he guessed. There was also a nun, a prioressa, and there hang a brooch of gold full sheena, on which was written first a crooned a, and after amor vincit omnia. Another nun had she, that was her chaplain, and priests 3. A monk there was, a fire for the masteria. His head was bald, that shone as any glass. A fat swan he loved, he best of any roast. A friar there was, a wontun and a maria. Well could he sing and play on a rota. Somewhat he lipsed for his wontunessa. A merchant was there, with a forked beard, sooning alway the increase of his winnings. This worthy man full well his wit besetta, there wist no white that he was in debta.
A clerk there was of Oxenford also, sounding in moral virtue was his speech, and gladly would he learn and gladly teach. A sergeant of law war and wees, nowhere so busy a man as he there nos. A Frankeline was in his company, to live in delight was ever his wont, for he was Epicurus' own son. A haberdasher and a carpenter, a web, a deer, and a tapicer, well seemed each of them a fair burgess, to sit in a yield hall on a dice. A cook they had with him for the nonnes, but great harm was it, as it thought to me, that on his shin a mormal had a hair. A shipman was there, owning far be wist, if that he fought and had a here hand, be watre he sent them home to every land. With us there was a doctor of physic, for gold in physic is a cordial, therefore he loved gold in special. All the parish weeft now was there known, that told the offering before should they gone, and if their deed, cert time so wroth was shy, that shy was out of all a charity.
A good man was there of religion, and was a poor parson of a tomb, to draw in folk to heaven with fairness, by good example, this was his business. With him there was a plowman, was his brother, that had a lad of done full many a father. True a swanker, and the good was he, living in peace. The miller was a stout carle for the nonnes, full big he was, of browing and egg of bonus. Maesters had he more than 3 as 10, to mock him live be his proper God, in honor debtless. But if he were wod, and yet this manspla, said Arya Kappa. He bay the drought and bay the rain, the yielding of his seed and of his grain. There could be no man bring him in Adareja. Well loved he garlic, onions, and egg legs, and for to drink in strong wine red as blood. Then would he spake and cry as he were wood, sew it upon his cup. And thus with feigned flattery and japos, he made the parson and the people his opus. In this viager shall telling tales twaia, to Canterbury ward I it saw, and homeward he shall tellin other twa of aventuras that whilom have befall. Which of you that beareth him best of all shall have a supper at all your cost, and whoso will me judgment with sire shall pay all that we spending be the way. Was granted and all of this swore with full glad heart, and prided him also that I would vouchsafe for to do so. We drunken and rest they went each on. Up rose our host, and was our iron cock, and gathered us together in a flock. The sooth is this, the cot filled to the canoes, and with that word we ridden forth our way.